Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I am Falakzeb Khan, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulae for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge sharing community. We have one such industry titan on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Amit Goel. Hello, welcome, Mr. Goel. We are glad to have you here today on FaceTime with Leaders.
Hello, Falak. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Mr. Amit is a highly experienced professional with over 3 decades of diverse experience in office operations, business development, client servicing, and customer relations in the engineering, product, and service industries. He possesses strong relationship building skills, excellent analytical capabilities, and effective communication skills. He has held various key positions and has made significant contributions. A noteworthy one is Vice President at Sun Control Systems, where he handled government projects and maintained relationships with government agencies like CPWD. Currently, he is freelancing in the fenestration industry, specializing in UPVC and aluminium profiles for doors and windows. He manages projects for individual houses and farmhouses, liaising with government agencies and reputed architects. So, Mr. Goel, could you sum up your career journey for our viewers, please?
Good afternoon, Falak, once again.
Good afternoon.
And thank you for having me here. My career journey till now has spanned over 3 decades. I'll try and take you through the most exciting event of this journey. As a youngster, the idea of exploring the world, meeting people, and learning about various cultures fascinated me. This led to my taking tourism as a specialization for my graduation at University of Delhi. I got my first break with Tradewings Tours Limited, which was one of the leading tour operators of those days. And my career in tourism industry spanned over a period of 12 years, where in addition to Tradewings, I also had a meaningful stints with various other leading players. And like you can say, Sita World Travels, Heritage India Tours and Travels, Suman Motors, just to name a few. During this phase of my career, I learned about working in corporate culture. It gave me an insight into human behavior and an exposure to ground realities of the world. It helped me in tackle challenging situations which made tourism industry a particular difficult field, and actually this tourism industry, a particular difficult field to work in, right? So as I excelled in these very critical skills, I was given the opportunity to lead the team for making traveling accommodation arrangements for extremely important events like Cricket World Cup, which held in 1994 in India, Also the Cardiovascular Thoracic Surgeons Conference in 1996. And I accompanied this diplomats and ambassadors group to Jispa, Leh, for Kal Chakra ceremony organized by His Holiness Dalai Lama. I was the travel liaison officer for the West Indies cricket team during the World Cup, that's in 1994. I worked very closely with great cricket celebrities of those days. If I should name a few, like Brian Lara, Richie Richardson, Desmond Haynes, Roger Harper, Courtney Walsh. So the 1 month period, like which I spent with them, it's I became the part of the team. And that was the most memorable event of my life. And I just cherish those days, those golden memories.
Yes.
Then the attack on World Trade Towers, the changing scenario, 9/11, 2001.
Yes.
It changed the world forever. The tourism industry suffered a serious setback. Also, during that time, .com era was started beginning, and businesses began to make a transition from offline to online mode. The tourism ecosystem was undergoing a radical change due to these events. It was putting pressure on tourism professionals as online e-business was replacing offline business. Then I made a choice to transition to an area which would provide me an opportunity to be a part of the .com business and sustainable growth. Core Engineering Group provided me that platform. This company worked in the area of high-end engineering, and they are into offshore oil, they make offshore oil platforms being constructed in various parts of the world. So I joined them as office manager, being responsible for running their physical office as well as managing internet resources. Not only did I learn and take care of the requirements of international business fraternity, I also learned a lot about office administration, facilities management, and management of resources. This phase of my career lasted for almost 12 years and gave me insight into working of a highly complex engineering setup. I also managed human resources for the company and was responsible for liaison with many government agencies and service providers. During this period of my career, I got an exposure to engineering projects being executed in high seas where water depths are exceeding 100 meters and wave heights during the storm could exceed 20 meters. This provided me with a perspective about the oil industry, which operates in such harsh environment and deploys cutting edge technology. Such an exposure, Palak, is not possible during the normal course of life.
Right, true.
So I cherish the memories of working in the highly charged atmosphere of core engineering group, always dealing, you see, like with they are always dealing with and finding solutions to unprecedented situations involving safety hazards and human life. From 2013, oil industry began to go through a severe meltdown. Oil prices crashed. It was no longer economical to create new facilities for oil extraction. The workload of engineering companies working in oil industry started to shrink considerably. There was no visibility of an imminent recovery. It was by God's grace that I came across an opportunity to switch to a company working in the urban infrastructure area. My experience with core engineering had provided me with an insight into the working of construction industry. So I therefore joined Sun Control Systems as vice president. My role encompassed leading a team for acquisition of new business, in-house manufacturing, delivery, and installation of specialized building products, such as access control, doors and windows, interiors, accessories, etc. My long association with tourism and engineering industry helped me in cultivating contacts at various levels, leading organizations. I was able to expand the business of Sun Control Systems and made it possible to make an entry into prestigious projects, prestigious government projects like IIT Jammu, IIT Mandi, and IIT Hamirpur in Himachal Pradesh. So during my tenure, the turnover of the company became almost twice as a result of strategies and the work culture which I brought to that organization. My tenure at Sun Control, which lasted about 5 years, provided me with a platform to conduct business independently. This was great on my learning curve, you can say. So subsequently, as a result of extensive and diversified experience that I gained, I decided to invest in an independent business setup in 2020. So since last 2020, I have been working as an independent contractor, providing services for building industry, for farmhouses, individual houses, so on. This is the career journey.
Really, indeed, come a long way, and I'm sure with each experience you've just grown over the years. So, what do you like about the tourism industry that you seem to have been interested in it since the academic phase? And what made you change your career trajectory later on?
Yeah, interesting. Well, as I said, the basic driving force has been to meet a diverse section of people and experience their culture. As I mentioned earlier, uh, these elements actually led me to choose tourism as my major during graduation. Subsequently, working for this industry has been very rewarding, providing me opportunities to meet celebrities like world famous cricket players, movie actors, renowned doctors and surgeons. So lots of like I escorted, I being with diplomats, ambassadors of different countries. So this phase of my career gave me golden memories that I still cherish. However, as you know, the tourism industry is a very sensitive sector. Any event which happens in the world, let it be a good event or a bad event, affects tourism.
That is
The
there.
recent pandemic we all witnessed, and we have seen how established businesses can face severe disruption because of an adverse event. Sometimes the changes are irreversible. During 2001, the whole world witnessed a black swan, that is 9/11, which changed the face of travel. Various uncertainties began to put lots of pressure on travel professionals. So this prompted me to switch to an area which could provide sustainable growth. This is how the trajectory, the change in career came in.
That's like very interesting. So, which is the most significant contribution you have ever made to any organization you have worked for, or the biggest feat you have ever achieved?
When you ask me this question, two very significant contributions come to my mind. First was handling the business of West Indies cricket team during World Cup in India, that's 1994, as their travel liaison officer. I traveled with the team to all the venues and was responsible for ensuring that they receive impeccable service for a comfortable stay. They treated me like a member of their team. And Tradewings, my present company those days, received industry applause for successfully executing this engagement. Another success which comes to my mind, is making headway into government business for sun control systems. Prior to my joining, the company had no presence in the sector. Ultimately, this success led to doubling of the turnover. These are the two subsequent changes, which I feel, yes, I have contributed in
Yes,
the companies I have worked in my career.
that's very wonderful to know. So, how and when did you develop an interest in environmental and social concerns?
Yes. See, the first, you can say, hands-on experience was in 1996, um, when I was given the responsibility to escort a group of dignitaries, including diplomats and ambassadors from different countries, for the Kal Chakra ceremony that's in Leh, in Jispa. It's a very small town in Leh. So during that event, it was emphasized that ecology is not to be disturbed at any cost in organizing this event. Protection of the local environment was to be given prime importance. Cultural exchanges were to be conducted in pleasant surroundings without any presence of intercultural nuances. I got my first exposure of sensitivity towards environment and culture from these above event. So minute to minute details we have taken care of. I still remember the protocol which we have to follow for the being the diplomats and all the ambassadors of different countries. The special Swiss tents were erected, and without harming the local flora and fauna, the way we have introduced, the way we have made the drainage system. When you are staying in a particular area for about a week, every facility has to be there. And for the dignitaries, the magnitude of the dignitaries, the people I was with. So that was the first experience which came to my life, and we somehow managed it perfectly.
So, as an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
Well, Falak, I am fully aware of ESG policies prevalent in the industry currently. I have taken a refresher course to bring me up to date with the best practices being adopted by various companies. I am well acquainted with the corporate governance and the structure and the practices mandated by the prevailing laws. Accountability, transparency, fairness, responsibility, risk management, and independent assignment are some of the practices requiring corporate governance, I should say. This knowledge provides me with an ability to contribute towards meeting the desirable ESG and corporate governance goals of any company. My extensive experience in diversified business universe enables me to think out of the box and spot weak areas of the strategy. However, as you know, knowledge has to be updated continuously, and laws undergo changes and society keeps evolving.
Yes.
This particular area still needs some in-depth studies, and the more corporates and the companies, they are more going to be involved in this. I'm sure the day will come when situations will be very much, for the all, like for all human beings, this thing needs, we need this.
So when we talk about technology, what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology? And what changes do you expect to see with the advent of IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, and Web 3.0?
Oh, one of the favorites, right? Well, in my opinion, Palak, this communication has been a game changer. Not only is every individual now connected and accessible, but also all devices are communicating with each other. Combined with enhancement of computing power, communication has revolutionized the flow of information and its accessibility even to the last person in the line. If we talk of the tourism sector, tourism industry, there has been a sea change. A simple thing, like ticket booking,
Yes.
which earlier involved repeated trips to railway stations and
Right.
travel agents,
Right.
can now be achieved sitting by
Yes.
just a single click sitting in your home.
Right.
It's this is the technology, and in the construction industry, smart homes are the in thing. Using IoT, that Internet of Things, and AI, artificial intelligence, you can make your home environment as per your liking, even before you entered in your home. As I'm working in this industry, in the fenestration industry, I must tell you, we are making the windows, and the glass is the smart glass, and by the remote, you can make it opaque and transparent. You have the blinds inside the glass, which can make it transparent or you can see through. In the gyms, these days in the gymnasium areas, we are coming up with the glass, which will be put up in front of your apparatus, and the person who is doing the exercise can monitor his heartbeat, what is full skeleton will be in the glass. And if the doctors need, they can just view that image and come to know what all changes it requires, what all medicines the person requires, which area is to be targeted, which area is to be diagnosed. So this technology, I don't know when it's going to end. Maybe right now we are on the Zoom. Maybe in few years ahead, my replica will come in front of you and we can have a chat. So this is how the thing is.
Yes, true, true. So yes, that's really great. And actually, like technology is like increasing day by day, and like obviously there's no stop to it. So as you know, we are building a community of industry magnets. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. What are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole World Development Corporation team?
Well, what should I say? These two guys, Zishan Pathan and Heval Mehta, heads off to them. Really. Palak, I must say that it is a commendable initiative and the need of the hour. The framework of ESG and corporate governance are still in their beginning stage, in the nascent stage of development. The government, through legislation, has laid the foundation stone for minimum standards to be adopted by the companies in this area. The corporate sector needs to contribute towards the development of a robust ESG and corporate governance architecture. This platform provides a think tank for ESG and corporate governance professionals to share their ideas and challenges. Resources available on your platform are also helpful in enhancing knowledge and skills of the participants. I wish you all great success and whatever endeavor you do, and I hope we will all grow together.
Thank you so much for these really kind words. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you so much once again, Mr. Goel, for joining us today. We wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds. And I'm sure everyone watching this, like all the journey that you have shared with us and all the different values and principles, I'm sure it is going to help them grow in their career. It was great having you here today with us on FaceTime with Leaders.
Thank you, Falak. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Yes.